Here is another beautiful book I found. All the Way to Morning. It's by Harshman, illustrated by Felipe, Davalos. Beautiful pictures in this book. All the Way to Morning. The campfire burns low, the moon swims above the pines. I crawl into my sleeping bag and listen to the katydids sing their night songs. Dad tells me, as earth turns day into night, kids like you get ready to sleep and listen too. What do they hear? I asked. I think this little boy getting into his sleeping bag and camping with his dad, he might be living in the mountains of East Tennessee, like where I live. Maylie hears the fruit bats squeak, squeak, squeaking as they swoop through the dark, feeding in the air in western Samoa. Oh my goodness. There's Maylie. And there's the squeaking bat that lives on the island of Samoa. Emiko hears the stream rushing down the falls through the tea grove all the way to the sea in Japan. There's a little girl drinking tea in Japan, getting ready for bed. It's going to turn to nighttime in Japan. And Japan's another island. They have a little tiny dot to show where these children live, but it's hard to see it on the video, I bet. Naren hears the rain hiss, hiss, hissing down from the sky through the bamboo to the ground. Cambodia. Oh my goodness, this is like someplace in Asia. Like, it looks like it's raining in the bamboo. But that makes a beautiful sound. And it's hard to see the little tiny dot. Nope, I think that this is very hard to see the dots. Rama hears the train track, rickety rack, down the tracks, toward faraway Bombay. He lives in India. Yes. And there's the train. Can you see the train? Lakini hears the jackal yip, yip, yipping among the thorn trees, searching for food in Kenya. There's the jackal, yip, yip, yipping at night in Kenya. Your mama lived close to Kenya. She lived for a year. She went and lived in Zimbabwe. And I got to visit her there. It's beautiful. Lots of interesting animals in Africa. Moshe hears a hammer ping, ping, pinging in the coppersmith's yard where fig trees grow in Israel. This is what he hears when he's getting ready for bed. Somebody's working. That could be his dad, or maybe it's his grandfather. Habib hears the sand shifting, streaming with the wind across the open desert in Egypt. So that's where there's lots of sand, a long, big desert, lots of sand dunes. That's what he hears when he's getting ready for bed. Armand hears a violin singing, singing, singing down the hall where Father plays in the kitchen. This is in Italy. Tanta's going to Italy tomorrow. She's going to fly to Italy. There's a little boy listening as he's getting ready for bed, listening to play the violin. Father's playing the violin. That would help me go to sleep if I heard some beautiful violin music. Lars hears the foghorn hoo, hoo, hooing down the mist of the deep fjord in Norway. Lars lives in Norway on a fjord where the boats go up and down. Those are very deep waters. Fiona hears the waves lap, lap, lapping along the shores and clear across the loch in Scotland. So there's a little girl listening to the water lap in Scotland. Maria hears the monkeys howling, howling, howling deep in the jungle, high up in the trees in Brazil. Okay, there's Maria. And there are the monkeys in Brazil. Rosa hears Abuela's chair creak, creak, creaking back and forth, rocking through the night in Mexico. There she is. She's got her little doll. She's all curled up in bed, ready to go to sleep, and she can hear her grandmother rocking. Abuela. Abuela is Spanish for grandmother. You call your grandmother Oma. And sometimes, see, she calls her grandmother Abuela. Willie hears the dogs bark, bark, barking down the alley below the slivery buildings in the USA. So he's in the city. He lives in the city. Look at that big city. Willie lives in the city. And now Dad says we'll listen too. Listen for sleep. I do as he says. I listen and imagine all the friends I've never met, listening too, just like me, all over the world, listening and dreaming all the way till morning. And there he is in his sleeping bag, going to sleep and thinking about all the children all over the world. I love you.